Let's talk about being design-led. Hi, I'm Thain. Welcome to another SAP CodeTalk, and I'm really pleased to say I've got Sally Lawler-Kennedy with me. Sally, you're from the Customer Innovation App House in Palo Alto. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon or morning for yourself.
Great, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am excited to talk about being design-led, the importance of it, and how do you make innovation real in your organization.
Excellent. So let's hit the ground running straight away with the first question, which for me is, why is being design-led important?
So being design-led is essential to companies because they need to make innovation real. Research from the Design Management Institute and McKinsey both show that companies which are design-led are more profitable. In fact, the McKinsey 2018 study found that the best design performers increased both their revenue and their shareholder returns by more than twice the rate of their their industry counterparts. So it matters to a company's bottom line.
Okay, so tell us about the design-led journey.
So for SAP, our design-led journey began back in 2004 with Hasso Plattner, and the big inspiration for him was this Business Week magazine titled The Power of Design. And in it was an article from Tom and David Kelly from IDEO talking about the experience and how to create experiences with design thinking. Hasso was so inspired and energized by this. Ultimately, he ended up creating a team within SAP that was tasked to bring this way of working into SAP, because for him, this was how SAP started in the very early days when he and his small groups of other founders would sit with customers and would do the coding. So from there, this is where, now that was about 15 years ago. It's been a long journey, but SAP, we've had a lot of learnings along the way. But this is where innovations such as SAP Fiori, HANA, our Leonardo, our intelligent enterprise has all come from this design thinking that was brought into SAP. And in fact, in May at Sapphire, SAP rolled out for customers what we call our customer-centric innovation approach, which I have on the wall behind me, but it's a 5-step process that goes through explore, discover, design, deliver, and then run and scale. We don't have time to go into it, but that's a quick summary of SAP's design-led journey.
So is this design thinking that you've got behind you? Is this the steps of design thinking?
It is the foundation of this customer-centric approach is design thinking. So if we want to talk about, first we should probably answer the question, which may be on people's mind, of what is design thinking. Mm-hmm. So maybe first I'll start with what it's not. Sometimes people think they've either had some experience or they've heard somebody talk about, design thinking is writing stuff on Post-its and then you put it on a wall and you move it around. Yeah. Or design thinking is a workshop. And while those may be things that you do in a design thinking project, by themselves, neither of those are design thinking. So design thinking is a creative, human-centered approach for solving problems. So that leverages, what things does it leverage? Most importantly, it leverages empathy, because it's all about who are we designing for. So it leverages empathy, collaboration, prototyping, and then we say, why do we prototype? We prototype because we want to get continuous feedback And then that means we need to iterate on our design. So that's the approach piece. Along with that, design thinking is also a mindset. And this is the piece that we talk about. If you hear the phrase, fail early, fail often,
yeah,
that's about the mindset piece. And it's this piece of when I'm working with companies and I want to understand the innovation culture, one of the aspects is what is a company's response to failure, and how is failure seen within a company?
Okay, so you mentioned there about culture. My next question would be, so how do companies create a design-led culture?
So companies, to be competitive, they need to innovate.
Mm-hmm.
And yet one of the most common things I hear from executives and companies, customers that I'm working with, is that they actually lack an innovative culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to talk about the need to be innovative, but actually delivering that, or what I said at the beginning, making innovation real, that is quite challenging for companies. And in order to make innovation real, you have to have the plan. So first for us, the start is understanding where an organization is at in their innovation journey. So we have an assessment that helps us understand where an organization is at their journey, along with what are some of their key barriers that they're facing. And so then what we do is we run what we call an innovation culture workshop, where we are looking at those barriers. We come up with strategies for overcoming the barriers, and then put together that roadmap for how do we move you forward in your wherever you're at your innovation journey. And customers are at all different places.
Okay, so is that, I mean, what you just mentioned, is that is that how SAP is bringing this customer-centric innovation approach to our customers?
So that is one of the ways. So we offer design services, and one of them is around innovation culture, and the innovation culture workshop is one part of that. Along with that, we also help customers build design skills within the organization. So we are actually going in, and I mentioned design thinking. I am teaching design thinking to employees of our customers. And along with that, we also do things such as the App House is a creative co-innovation space. So we help customers build these types of spaces in their companies. So for example, with Daimler, we trained 13 design thinking coaches. We ran almost 1,500 people, 1,500 employees through a design thinking awareness program. And in order to conduct all of these activities, we helped them create a creative co-innovation space. So those are some of the design services that we offer. We also offer design services along the lines of helping customers innovate around their business processes, their business models, their processes, and of course their user experience. That, in addition to when I showed our customer-centric co-innovation approach, so customers that are looking to directly co-innovate with us, we use this approach when we're partnering in and doing our co-innovation projects together. So that's how we are bringing innovation and design-led thinking to our customers. Excellent.
Sally, we're going to come back to you, I'm sure, on this subject, delve a little bit deeper, but thank you for joining me today on Code Talk.
Great, thank you so much. Oh wait, and one more thing. If anyone's going to be at TechEd, we will be offering design thinking sessions, hands-on sessions on the show floor. So sign up for them when you're signing up for your hands-on session at TechEd. Design thinking it's about doing, and you need hands-on experience. So come and join us at TechEd.
Perfect. We'll be there. Thanks very much for joining me today.
Great. Thank you.